if you're taking your dog for a park walk during the warm weather months, there are a couple of things you want to take into consideration to make sure you have a safe, healthy, and happy walk with your pup. The first of which is the time of day you are going out to the park. Because in the warmer weather months, we are exposed to a much more extreme version of the sun that is going to warm everything up a lot more than in the cooler months. We have to make sure we are going early in the day because we do not want to be walking in the heat of the day. That can lead to heat overwhelm, heat exhaustion, sunstroke, all of those things. So you want to make sure that you're not out during the heat of the day because it can be a lot. It's not going to make anybody comfortable walking during the hot part of the day, but more so than that, because the sun has been out for a while, the ground is absorbing that heat, especially on blacktop or pavement. And so if your dog is then walking on that blacktop or pavement without any shoes or without any boots, they're much more likely to get their paws burned. Now, if you've already done some damage, we do have a full playlist on dog paw care with some really great products that can help with cracked feet, with dry feet, with damaged feet, all of those things. So I'll link some of those videos down below for you. But you want to make sure that you are touching that pavement. And if your hand is burning on that pavement after 15 seconds, your dog is going to get burned too. So you should not be out during the heat of the day or even later in the day. Some people will think, well, after work, I'll take my dog out when the sun's going down. That's still not a great idea because the ground retains a lot of that heat. So you do have to actually manually check to make sure your dog is not getting burned while you're on your walks, or you have to train your dog to be comfortable wearing boots or shoes while you're out for your walk. Now you also want to make sure you have water with you because during the warmer weather, we are going to get more overheated. So having some type of water bottle is going to be incredibly helpful for your pup, and make sure you're giving them frequent water breaks if you're doing more than just a short little walk. Now I love those water bottles with the little locking mechanisms and the little scoop at the end because you can keep water inside of the bottle, and when it's time to drink, you just unlock it, press the button, and the water floods into the little scoop. It's a little makeshift bowl at the end of your water bottle. When your dog is then done, you can hold that button down and the water goes back down into the water bottle. You can lock it so it doesn't leak, and it's very easy for you to not waste water that way. But there are also things like pop-up bowls, very easy ways that you can travel with little containers of water for your dog so that they can get an appropriate drink, and make sure you're bringing water for yourself as well. Now you also might want to consider sunscreen. They do make sunscreens for dogs, but they also have things that you can like put just on their noses, whatever is going to be best for your breed. I highly recommend that you are chatting with your vet about this. I've actually had conversations with my veterinarian about this as well. If you can just message your vet or email them and ask them about different brands that might work well for you, if your dog needs it, all of those things, your vet's going to be able to answer more specifically to your specific dog and your specific breed of dog. But making sure that you have some type of sun protection is probably a good idea, especially for their little noses. But we also want to make sure we're protecting their baby eyes while we're out walking. So it's entirely possible that you may want to consider having a hat for your dog, having some type of little ball cap that just goes right over their ears. It can kind of zip up under their chin and then it shades their eyes. That is incredibly helpful. Now, they do make sunglasses for dogs. They do have like kid-size sunglasses you can put on your dog, but depending on your dog, that's not going to work for a lot of people. If you have your dog well trained, maybe, but I do recommend some kind of sun protection if you're going to be out for a prolonged period of time, especially when that sun is going to be a little bit harsher in the warm weather months. So taking that into consideration, you want to make sure you've got some level of shade. Now, if you are walking through a park and it's more like a naturey park and you've got tree coverings, maybe that's not something that you need to really worry about because you have some element of shade during your walk. So depending on how you're walking and what you're doing, you're going to want to pay attention to what is going to work best for you. So making sure that you go out early in the day, that you have water with you, that you have some level of foot protection if you're going out when it's not cool, and making sure that you have some kind of sun protection in terms of like sunscreen or like a nose protector type thing or something to protect their eyes and or all of those things is a really helpful way to make sure you are protecting your dog during these walks, because just like us, our dogs are absorbing that sun and we want to make sure we're protecting both ourselves and our pups while we are out and about, especially if it's going to be something that we do more frequently because it's such beautiful weather out and we want to get out and have our exercise and do all of the fun things. So if you have a tip for walking your dog during the warm weather months and making sure we're protecting everybody involved, now's the time to drop that in the comments. We want to build up a community here. So the more you chat in the comments, the more other people will chat in the comments, and the more we can help build each other up with great recommendations, tools, techniques, and resources to level up as dog parents. Every single day we're dropping brand new videos based on what you're looking for to be the best dog parent possible. So now's the time to get in the comments. Let me know what you're struggling with and need help with. Let me know what experts I should bring onto the show and what tips and tricks we need to be sharing with you to make sure you have the best